Hey guys, it's Rachel Youngson here from usePLR.com and WholeFoodPLR.com. We are doing something really exciting over at Whole Food PLR right now. I am taking part in a product creation challenge, and it's a challenge that is showing me different ways to take PLR and use it to generate money. My philosophy is you never stop learning, you never stop communicating with new people and finding out what they do that maybe is different from yourself. So as part of this challenge, I am unveiling to you guys how I am taking some PLR from Whole Food PLR, setting up websites, and driving traffic to them to start generating an income from that. So I really want you guys to be able to see from start to finish how you can go from PLR to something that you're actually getting paid for. Now, before we get started, I'm going to mention that some of the things that I learned as part of the challenge that I'm part of, they are things that I'm not going to show you because obviously those are the strategies of the product creator of the challenge, and I'm not able to share that. However, being around PLR so much and knowing so much about keyword research and things like that, and having kind of my own way to do different things, I'm going to show you essentially today what my keywords are, what packs that I've chosen from Whole Food PLR, and just to give you kind of a rough outline of what I plan to do with each pack. So, all right, so essentially my goal was to pick 3 products, and my first product you can see is CrossFit workouts, my second is Paleo bodybuilding, and my third is your Paleo meal plan. Now, I'm going to tell you that even though I want to show you what all of these look like in Jaxi, there are other qualifiers that the challenge creator that I'm working with had in place for me that led me to pick these. So even though I can't tell you what her qualifiers are, I can definitely show you what this looks like in Jaxi so that you can kind of get an idea of what I'm going up against and kind of where my thought process is without, giving away any of her information or strategies. So first we have CrossFit workouts. So this is my Jaxi, and as you can see, CrossFit workouts gets roughly 3,800 searches a month, and it has the KQI, which is essentially tells you how easily it'll be to rank in the search index or to get a good SEO ranking. That's normal. The SEO is 73. The higher this is, out of a scale of 0, I believe, to 100, 1 to 100, the higher it is, the better your chances. So essentially, since CrossFit workouts is my first keyword, I know that I'm choosing a keyword that gets a lot of traffic. I'm choosing a keyword that I have an ability to use, and also I know that I have a PLR pack over at Whole Food PLR that talks about CrossFit. So essentially what I did was, after I got this keyword, I went into Whole Food PLR and I looked at our introduction to CrossFit pack. And this is what I'm going to use as my first product to create off of PLR. I'm going to be changing the title of the pack to reflect the keyword that I chose, the CrossFit workouts. I will be changing the, I may or may not change the cover of the pack. I already have the report here, so I'm probably not going to modify this much. I may, if I get a little bit fancy, I may or may not change some of these pictures around or change the format, but honestly, there's really no reason to. My main goal is to get this out quickly. And I have my opt-in page here. So, of course, with my opt-in page, whatever changes I make to this report cover, I'm going to have to upload to this opt-in page. So there we go. That's my first product. And the way that I decided to choose my other 2 products was to think, okay, well, if someone is coming to learn about CrossFit, what other PLR packs do I have that will complement this? And I came up with my Paleo muscle building pack and my Paleo for beginners pack. Now, I kind of was thinking about doing Paleo for athletes as the third in this of these three products. But again, there are some qualifiers that I had to look at before I chose my keywords, and the qualifiers just weren't there for the athletes pack. So I decided to go with our Paleo for beginners pack. So now let's take a look at our Paleo muscle building pack. The keyword that we're using is Paleo bodybuilding, and you can see what that looks like here. And I should tell you guys that if you are using Jaxi, they do have a free version. If you're using Jaxi for your keywords, you only get like a certain number of keyword results. I think it's like 25. So if you're ever, like let's say you're looking, when I was looking for this keyword, one thing that I would do is go over to Google and I would type in like Paleo and then A, B, C, and these things that come up are things that people have actually searched for. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that they've done thousands or millions of searches for them, but it does mean that Google is saying, hey, this is something that someone else has searched for. So then I would take that, for instance, paleo diet, and I would put that back into Jaxi, and then I would get the results directly, because Jaxi is going to shut you off at 25 to 30 results, and obviously there are many more keywords out there. So that's one of my ways around that. But anyway, so paleo bodybuilding, as you can see, it's got much lower traffic. It's around 120 a month. Let me show you the this information. So this is an 87 under the SEO, so I know that I have a really good chance of ranking high for this. The KQI is pretty good. It's got a green. Anything that's written in green means it's really good. And over here at Whole Food PLR, we don't have anything specifically for bodybuilding, but we do have Paleo for muscle building. And this is something that we wrote specifically for those who work out and are trying to build muscle and that type of thing. So what we're going to be doing is changing the title of this. We're going to be using, of course, this pack. And we can use this in all sorts of different ways. We can use the report as a product to sell on its own. We can take these articles and combine them into a second ebook or report and sell this and this as two products or a bundle of products. We can pull out checklist information from either these articles or this report, and then we can, excuse me, and then we can, of course, offer the buyer more without actually having to break our backs to come up with new content. And just as a reminder, I am definitely going to be changing the title. I may or may not change the picture, but all of our PLR, I think most PLR sellers do this, but all of our PLR at Whole Food PLR, you'll always get the background image as well as the texted image. So if you want to change this to Superman's awesome, you can pull the image itself and then, doctor it up however you want to. So this is also one of our bigger packs. It's got PowerPoint slides, and it's got speaking points and webinar stuff and a checklist, so it's, if we wanted to, we could actually probably get two products out of this, maybe three. But for the purpose of the challenge that I'm taking part in, I'm just going to likely just use the report. And then our third that we chose was Paleo Meal Plan. Now you'll notice that the keyword that I used here says your Paleo Meal Plan. The reason I did that was because I'm not really sure when I actually put it up. I may want it to say, I may think that your Paleo meal plan connects with the reader more. That's one of those things I'm not going to be entirely sure of until I actually see it in action, but for now, I'm thinking that just saying your Paleo meal plan is a little bit more interactive. So, and of course, because it has Paleo meal plan here, and my keyword is Paleo meal plan, that works out pretty well. So you can see I have a good amount of traffic here. And we have a normal SEO, but again, this goes along. This keyword here goes along with some of the qualifiers that I learned about in the product challenge that I'm taking part in. So that was my logic in going with this. So now I have my 3 products, and oh, I'm sorry, I should show you. So for the Paleo meal plan, I chose our Paleo for Beginners pack. And the reason why I chose this pack, even though this is nothing in here specifically says this is your meal plan, and it's not titled meal plan. If you look in here, there are a lot of things that go along with a meal plan. There's your plate, your kitchen tools, your transition, why paleo. You've got switches, tips to plan your meals, how to eat out, how to be a good cheater, what your meals should have. And then, of course, we have your week 1 and week 2, week 3 and beyond, things that you need to be doing. So essentially, what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be patchworking this a little bit. In other words, so chapter 1, your mindset matters. Chapter 2, starting steps. I'll probably keep those. Your week 1 meal plan, I will probably add in here your paleo plate. I'll probably take that article and throw that in that report. Is it paleo? I may take that article and throw that in the report. And all of these articles actually take up like roughly a page, but when you put in pictures, then you've really got like a page and a quarter, a page and a half. So theoretically, depending on how long the articles are that you're working with, an article could count as like a chapter of a report or an ebook. So it's it's pretty exciting stuff once you really start digging into it. But yeah, anyway, so I will be patchworking this to showcase more of the meal aspect and the planning aspect. I don't really remember all the things that are in this report, but I don't think it's got much that's specific to the meals themselves. So I'm going to make sure that we cover that. And because I'm using the articles and just throwing them in there, I'm not taking a lot of time to make this product. I've also got here my opt-in page, and as we talked about, I'm going to change this title. I'm going to change it to reflect the keywords that I'm using, and anywhere else I should be able to change it here as well. And we've got if I decide to go even further with this, you've got PowerPoint slides and speaking points and handouts and all that other fun stuff. But for now, we're just going to be using the report, bulking it up a little bit with some of those articles and rolling with it. So I am Rachel Youngson from Whole Food PLR and usePLR.com, and this is our first video for our new experiment, let's call it, or our new behind the scenes of taking PLR and turning it into a product. If you guys have any questions, please reach out to me on the Use PLR Facebook page or shoot me an email. You can also find the blog post to this video in the video description itself. All right, guys, have a great day.